following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
I got him!
So don't get cocky.
This is about what's going to happen.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, how to get your $1,500 from the YouTube payout, and what is the whiteface happening in the North Carolina streets, and should Rosie O'Donnell's child be sent to jail, and a trio of unwanted Halloween guests are terrorizing this house. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on Deacon Live. For the next 60 minutes or so, we'll get you up to date on local news stories, social news stories, not only local and nationwide, but also viral videos and stuff you might have missed over the last several days, or we'll be talking about it here in the upcoming few. How are you? How are things going? Are you doing all right? Are you getting along with everyone? That's all we talk about. That's all we care about, is that you're getting along with someone and someone's getting along with you. If you're not, well, change your attitude. You fucking little bitch. I know. Now, we broadcast every Wednesday morning, actually Wednesday afternoon. God, I forget whatever time of day it is. We broadcast every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're changing it up a little bit. I had some stuff to do on Wednesday, so I had to shift it over to Thursday. So today's show will be brought to you by Thursday. Thursday is the fourth day of the week, the way I look at it, and it is brought to you by all our friends that you're going to listen to here during the podcast. Now, something that's happening right now, we turn our attention over to Mississippi. The state of Mississippi, fine state, I guess, in some places, but unfortunately, this is what's going on over there right now. A crew continues to hunt for 3 aggressive research monkeys who escaped a truck crash on the Mississippi highway. So let's find out what actually happened here. And don't forget, for every podcast we do, I have a matching video over on YouTube. We have our very own YouTube channel. You can see this in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. And I just search Deacon Live, all one word, and then podcast. Give us a little subscribe, and you can get up to date with all the news and stories that we talk about here on the show. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4 so we can see this in real time, and we can all be friends. So here we go. ABC Live goes right now. Here we go.
Research monkeys that escaped from a truck crash. Tulane University is denying reports that the monkeys could be carrying hepatitis, herpes, and COVID, saying they are not infectious. But officials warn they could be aggressive. And police in
Okay, so they say they're not infectious, they're not aggressive. So let's find out a little bit more on this thing. A truck was loaded with caged rhesus monkeys when it crashed on Interstate 59 north of Heidelberg on Tuesday. It was not clear what caused the truck to overturn, but despite reports' initial suggestion that the monkeys were carrying infectious diseases, including hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID-19, to the Tulane University, where they were being housed, was denied at that case. So the primates aren't infectious. We actually have collaborating with local authorities, and we'll send a team out of animal care experts to assist if needed. Now, here's a guy right here. I'm going to switch over to camera 6 or camera 4 again. We can see this in real time. This guy's out on the side of the road, and he's literally like, the truck has turned over. Now, when you think truck, when you hear truck turnover, and let's switch back to me for a second. When you hear truck turnover, you think like one of those big 18-wheelers, keep on rolling, baby. No, this looks like it's got like a little TK unit on top. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's a small, almost like not a box truck, but almost like not a Sprinter van. It's got 2 separate compartments, but I digress. And here's the guy. Let's hear what he has to say. You don't want to hear me describe this truck, but maybe this guy will do it a little bit better than I can. So here we go.
Right here. Let's zoom in on this.
Zoom
so
on.
You can see this. There's one sitting right there.
Hot damn.
I've seen 4 to 5 climbing around inside the back of the trailer, but there he sits.
There he is. There's the truck.
Now, each one of these crates has got a monkey in it.
Now, they say truck. It looks like a trailer because there's fender wells and all that stuff. You know what a trailer looks like. If you've got like a 15-foot trailer, like a box trailer, yeah, that's what it looks like. They say truck. I don't know. Maybe a truck was pulling it.
Now,
there we go.
With that being said, these are test monkeys, is what they are.
Run, monkey!
Law enforcement here.
Run, monkey, run! Oh, they got the big weapons out.
So and I've seen 2 or 3 climbing out the back here.
Well, hot damn.
Now, I'm not. He keeps coming out the back of this trailer. One right back there. Now, again, each one of the crates have monkeys in it. We have one that's escaped on that side of the road in the northbound lane. And then we've got more possibly in this direction. We got law enforcement is there ready.
Oh, I'm getting dizzy.
And this is one of those, and he's standing there on purpose for this reason, in case one of these, they're highly aggressive.
Highly aggressive.
I'll walk back just a little bit closer to that Scotty Ray mobile in case something happens and we have to get out the way of them. All right, there's a second monkey, Greg. You might want to be careful.
Greg, watch out, Greg! Monkey's aggressive.
He's on the prowl there.
No, he's trying to get the fuck out of there.
He's come from inside the truck.
He has no idea where he's at. This monkey.
He seems to be there. He sits. Now, here's one of the monkeys.
All right, there you go. So there he sits. Monkeys. So they don't have hepatitis. They don't have herpes. They don't have COVID, or do they? Are they? Is it like some kind of conspiracy? Some kind of like, no, they're good. You know, they're good. Just let them go. But they were going to the university. They were going to be test monkeys, the rhesus monkeys. And so, you know what? I don't know what caused the wreck, but I don't know. Maybe the driver was high on fucking cocaine, or maybe he had herpes and all that stuff going on. So who knows? All right, when we come back, Rosie O'Donnell, her daughter, you know, her, she's a peach, not the daughter. Well, she's a peach too after this story. But Rosie O'Donnell herself, you know, just can't stand America, can't stand Donald Trump. Someone's so ugly. And when I say ugly, Rosie O'Donnell, just hates everything. Living my life that way, I would just take my life. You know, if you just hated everything all the time, no matter what, nothing's going to make her happy. Well, she's not happy because they're getting ready to take her daughter, which I didn't know she had a daughter. Did I? I don't know. Well, we'll find out what her daughter did to send her to jail and why she's protesting, why she should not. So stick around. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love for you to be part of the show, and the way you can be part of the show, you can be podcast famous, is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says, Be Heard. Your voice, your physical voice can be heard alongside of us here in the studio. If you've got a microphone on your device, wherever you're listening to us on or at, you can speak right into it. It comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. Like I said, we broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excuse me, this cold weather in North Carolina is getting me. But today we're doing it on Thursday, so we're a little bit behind. We had some stuff we had to take care of yesterday, but nonetheless, we're back on track and back on schedule. So you can ask us anything over the last 11 years, coming up on 12 years. March will be 12 years, I believe. I have to go back and look at my records. Sometimes I embellish a little bit, but sometimes I don't. So you can be heard on the show. Your voice can be heard on alongside of us. Now, my wife and I, we have a house in Deltona, Florida. I might have spoke about where I had to go down there and fix some stuff. I said Deltona, by the way, for everyone listening in the back row. We had a contract. They had a building inspector. The building inspector, God damn, he did a thorough job, went through everything. It was 149 items that they were worried about, kind of like, you know, paint chipping here on the corner. And, you know, this light switch is cracked and, you know, stupid shit like that. So I went down there and fixed it and stuff. But for the longest time, for the last at least 15, 14 years, we've had renters in this house. Now, there's a new law that's coming out right now. Renting can be a great way to take a leap into having your own space and setting up a life in a new city, or even getting to live with friends. But it's all of its positives. There are a number of drawbacks as well. There have been a lot of debates in recent years whether some landlords are exploiting tenants for money or leaving them with little choice and have little subpar conditions to be living in. In the cities where housing prices are high and demand for rentals has even higher, a number of questionable practices have emerged. In the normal weather, it's paying multiple months worth of rent up front, offering a total more than the house deposit itself, attempting to outbid other tenants, and signing up to live in the property which you haven't even viewed yet. However, there are things that are being passed that are going to be shaken up. The Renters' Right Bill, which is coming out, is looming over the heads of landlords everywhere, promising better rights for those signing up for leases. The bill has finally passed through the House of the Lords. This is over in England, by the way. Everyone was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, damn it. Now we'll follow the royal ascent and will become law. But what is the renter's right bill, and how can it help you? Now, I say this is over in England stuff. They might want to take a couple lessons and maybe hit up your congressman or senate if they can ever pass the fucking budget thing. Once they get done with that, let's throw this on their table for next. When it comes to renter's bills, and it comes into effect, so that you can live without fear of being evicted from your home, landlords will need to have a good reason to ask you to leave otherwise. That could include the rent errors or breach of contract. Okay, I got it. However, the tenant, these pop-up ads are jumping all over the place. However, after a tenant has lived in the property for 6 months, landlord will be able to evict the tenant under a reasonable circumstances under Section 8. This includes wanting to sell the property, redevelopment, or allowing a close family member to move into to rent in the property or stay in the property that's being rented. What's this change? What this change will stop landlords from suddenly evicting tenants so they can hike up the asking price. God almighty. These fucking ads, man, they fucking jump around. Price to reflect the current market. I'm sorry for that. Cities all over the UK are no strangers to competitive bidding in rental markets, making it nearly impossible for those with huge budgets to secure the property they want to live in. In fact, 34% of the renters are currently spend half or more of their income on rent over in the UK. Worse still, when you finally move into a property, there's nothing right now to stop your landlord from putting up Stop your landlord putting up your annual rent to price of their choosing. A strategic design. Okay, so this stops a lot of stuff. All right, so there you go. Jesus Christ. One, here's what's wrong with that article there. One, it was done by AI. Two, it was done by British AI. So the words and stuff. Three, the fucking articles are popping up and down and it pushes the letters up, so I have to refocus on, me and focusing. That is not happening. Now, someone that wants to focus on what's going on with her daughter is Rosie O'Donnell. Now, I'm going to switch over to camera 4 here. Here's an old picture. Whoops, am I in camera 4? Yeah. Here's an old picture of Rosie O'Donnell when she had long hair and she was young. She was probably doing her TV show. And this is her daughter, fucking dead in the eyes. Look at her. And she must be 6 to 10 years old. I don't know. Girls' ages at that age, it's a mystery to me. So what's happened is Rosie O'Donnell is asking for support as her troubled daughter, Chelsea O'Donnell, faces prison time. The former talk show host, let me switch back to me now. The former talk show host shared her photo of her 28-year-old daughter when she was a child, years before the grappling of drug addiction took over her body. My child, Chessie Bell, before the addiction took over her life. Okay, so she's pleading to the court on this, I guess. This is what it looks like. I love her, and then I love her now and loved her then. She has the faces of a scary future coming soon. Prayers are welcome. Hashtag addiction awareness, Rosie wrote in this post caption. All right, so what'd she do? Why is she going? Oh, Chelsea's prison sentence comes after, listen to this, comes after her probation was revoked on October 22nd, according to the reports from the People in Entertainment Weekly. USA Today has reached out to Rosie's representatives for comment, as well as the attorney for her daughter. The famous comedian's daughter was booked into jail at the Marionette County in Wisconsin on November 18th after her third arrest in a span of 3 months, according to jail records. Chelsea was also arrested in September and October for several charges, including allegedly maintaining a drug trafficking place, neglecting a child, domestic abuse, and possessing methamphetamine, THC, and drug paraphernalia that is illegal to obtain and illegally obtain prescriptions. Okay, she's a rare winner. She later pleaded to one felony count of bail jumping, another count of possessing methamphetamines, as well as one misdemeanor of court and resisting or obstructing an officer, per the Entertainment Weekly. Chelsea was initially sentenced to 2 years probation for each count, and the judge dismissed the 2 additional charges as well. Earlier this year, Chelsea sought to change her name following the media coverage and her legal troubles. Throughout the ongoing troubles, Rosie wished nothing but the best for her child, who, along with 4 other children, she adopted with her ex-wife, Kelly Carpenter. I didn't know she was married to, or it's not my, she can do whatever she wants. Chelsea is currently in a drug rehabilitation, she says, and doing quite well. Doubt it. I'm very proud of her progress. No progress. We support and love her very much and grateful for the opportunity that she has to improve her health and find the way to live a life of sobriety. That was all done by Rosie O'Donnell. That was her speech. The View alum said that Chelsea has expressed frustration with the lack of privacy, writing in an April Substack post, "Her story will be told. I will tell it." Rosie continues. Her daughter's journey is made public. Okay. So, all right. So let's dissect this a little bit. So, arrested 3 times in 3 months. Felony, probation, bail jumping. All right. And then a list of charges. I mean, a mile-long list of charges. And then you go, okay, so should we treat her any different because she's Rosie O'Donnell's kid? What about you take that whole Rosie O'Donnell out of it? You just say, hey, this child has done this, A, B, C, and D. Well, what should we do with her? Well, she broke the law. We gave her lots of chances. We gave her, an opportunity to do this, and she failed on that. We gave her an opportunity to do this. She failed on that. We gave her an opportunity to do this. She failed on that. So now she has no other choice but to go to jail. Now, of course, everyone can say, well, you got lawyers and stuff. The money lawyers, the higher expensive lawyers will get you out of trouble. Yes, they will. To a certain extent, they will. But that's white privilege. That's exactly what white privilege is when you have lots of money, like Rosie O'Donnell does, and she's trying to get her daughter not to go to jail, prevent her from going to jail. That's what I meant to say. But on the same platform that she's bargaining at, she's saying like, well, all this other stuff in the United States I don't agree with. You are the prime example of what we're trying to fix. We're trying to fix this system, our criminal system. And if you contribute to it and you try to get your daughter because she's, oh, no, my child's different because, she's white and I have money. There's no different than the other millions and millions, not the Murdoch trial because I haven't watched that one yet. So I don't have any ins or outs on that. But the other of, millions and thousands, I say millions, like what's every day, thousands of white people with a lot of money. Now, there's a lot of thousands of white people without money that are going to jail. So, she sits there and goes, my child's different. My child's not on the news. She's not one of those. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. All right. So there you go. Love to hear from you, and you can voice your opinion by any time. I know I do these videos and stuff. I do the full-length video, and you can watch the whole entire show over at YouTube. Watch the whole entire show, but a lot of people will watch the TikTok videos and the shorts and all that stuff, and they have oh, you're just this, and you're just this, and blah, blah, blah. Now, give it to me. I don't care. I do not care. If you got a different solution, let me know. If you know someone who's got a different solution, put them in office. Put them in where they need to be. But as far as now, you want to sit here and I'm going to leave the country because of this and that, and then this happens, you're like, oh, shit, I'm part of the problem, too. So there you go. When we come back, speaking of the problem, there's a new thing that's happening here in North Carolina. It's called the white phase. I don't know if I like it or not, but we'll find out between you and I. The two of us, we'll figure it out if we like it together. So stick around. You're listening to DeaconLive right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to DeaconLive. Make sure you follow us over on Facebook. We were banned. You're like going, shocker. And maybe I'm part of the problem too. No, we were banned. I had a third-party account that got hacked and stuff, so it just wiped out everything. So we're slowly getting our numbers back over on Facebook. And the reason why you're going to get over on Facebook, the reason why you're going to follow us over there is because all these stories, these articles and stuff, if you're not watching us on YouTube, shame on you, but that's okay. A lot of people got busy things going on. They can only watch the shorts. They can only get the minute and a half of what I say, and then they all get upset. Oh, you're stupid. You're an idiot. And, you know, you didn't think of this. Did you listen to the whole conversation? No. So unless you do, shut up. But I'd love to hear from you. But I'd love to hear from you as well over on Facebook. And just join us over on Facebook. And you can see the actual articles that we post here or that we talk about here on the show. So make sure you give us a little friend request over there, and we'll approve you. Approve. Now, a long time ago, in a land far, far away, I used to work for a trucking company. When I say trucking company, we had a product, we put it in the trucks went out, they deliver it, and they came back. That was it. That was the basic of my job, was lining everyone up. And there have been times where trucks have hit, like bumped another car, or scratched a building, or something simple. We did have a truck that flipped over, like the rhesus monkey truck that flipped over, or trailer that flipped over. We had a truck and trailer that flipped over, and fuel poured out. All the product was lost, and the county came over and got the crane. Well, we paid for the crane to lift it up, but the county had to come out and remove all the dirt where the diesel fuel has spilled out onto the side of the highway and into the ground, and they had to replace that. That was a bill that the company had to foot. Now, they're also talking about another bill that's coming out there. They call it the stupid tourist law, which basically in Seattle, if you hit a bridge, like the low overhanging bridge, you're going to pay for it. So for more on this, we're going to go to KIRO7 and find out more about this. And don't forget, for every podcast we do have a matching video. You can follow along with us. So here we go. Stupid motorist law is now being proposed. So here we go. And let's turn the volume up. There we go.
Millions of dollars in repairs. Now, a King County lawmaker says the drivers responsible should be on the hook. He's even pushing a new law to make it happen.
Our Jason Sloss is live now in Pacific. And Jason, this probably sounds good to the commuters who have had to deal with all the mess there.
Take it home, Jason. Whoosh.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a surprise. Right here at the SR 167 bridge, you could see the damage here.
Bam.
This kind of damage, very costly, takes a long time to fix. And this proposal says drivers should be on the hook for it.
It's not like a regular accident. It's much more serious.
Time to go after drivers who cause costly damage to bridges and overpasses.
These bridges.
That's what King County Council.
Pause. Pause. Oh, there we go. We can't pause because there's an ad. Anyways, while the ad's going on, these bridges, I guess in Seattle, they're cracked up underneath. Like, I wouldn't drive on those bridges if I knew what that looked like underneath. So here we go.
He's pushing for a so-called stupid motorist law.
Will make people think twice before they turn the keys to the ignition of a vehicle that's 15 or 16 feet tall.
Within just the past 2 months or so, 3 major bridge strikes. In August, a truck that hit the White River Bridge on SR 410 between Buckley and Enumclaw with around $4.5 million in repairs, according to WashDOT. The bridge has since reopened. Last month, a truck passing under the SR 167 bridge hit a girder, an estimated 2.5.
Now, hold on a minute. Let's go back to me now. No, hold on a minute. He says, drivers will think twice about, putting the keys in the ignition and, driving drunk. Oh, my God, yeah, don't do that. They'll think about twice about sticking the keys in the thing and driving a vehicle that's 15 or 16 feet tall. No. Listen to me. Your CDL, part of your pre-trip, is to walk around your vehicle and do the pre-trip and make sure, I think it's, is it 12.6? Some areas, I think it's 10, not 10.6. I could be wrong on that. 12.6 to 13.6. Let's throw it that way. It's been a while since I've been in the biz. But it's the driver, the operator's responsibility to make sure that he's able to clear that. And that's part of getting your DOT license. What is the the distance of the upcoming bridge. And usually they'll have a sign up, no one shorter or no one taller than 12.6 is the normal. I think that goes around. I know there's a couple bridges in Chicago, they call them like the can openers because they're like 10.6. And you get caught on that road and you're like going, sardines flying everywhere. So if they do hit the bridge, yes, I agree. If you damage the property, you damage something like that, you should be on the hook for it. You should have something now, whether that bill in Seattle's kind of, those type people that are over there, kind of loosey-goosey. But to get that to pass, maybe if they have enough illegals driving trucks over there, they're like going, holy shit, maybe we should pay attention to what we're doing. So there you go. Now over here, rewind to North Carolina. Now I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida, and my wife gets on my case, or I get on everyone else's case. If you're at a traffic light, you ready for this? You ready for this? Pay attention. Get your pens and paper out because I'm going to draw a schematic here for you. If you're at a red left-hand turn, if you're on a left-hand turn lane, you're on a major highway or whatever, 4-way stop. There are 6 lanes either way, 6 lanes going across. If you're at a red light and you're getting ready to do a U-turn onto that road, unless it says no turn on red or no U-turn on red, you are allowed, you ready for this? You ready for the lies? You are allowed to do a U-turn on a red light and go on the next lane, when you're doing a U-turn on. You want to go that way. It drives me crazy when I see and the light turns green and then this person hogs up all the time trying to make that U-turn to the left. I'm like, you could have gone 4 hours ago. We were sitting here. So that's one thing that a lot of people don't know about. What's going to happen here in North Carolina is something called the white phase. An idea by researchers at North Carolina State University has gathered some attention across national media and could change the way traffic flows. The proposal adds a 4th white light to stoplights, a signal designed to help human drivers understand when autonomous vehicles, AVs, are taking charge of the intersection. Okay. Let's dive into a little bit more. The white light, sometimes called the white phase, could tell human drivers that autonomous vehicles are coordinating traffic through the intersection. Essentially, when enough self-driving cars approach an intersection, they start communicating wireless with the traffic signal and each other to figure out the smoothest, safest for everyone to move through it. The traffic light then turns white, signaling to the human drivers that it's time to follow the vehicle in front of you, whether that's human or self-driving. There aren't enough AVs around, and then the light system just goes back to if there's not enough electric vehicles around, the light system will go back to normal and usually red, yellow, green pattern. So why even bother adding another color to something that works? That's been working for decades? Sorta. That's debatable. Researchers have say the benefits could be huge. And one of the New York state engineers behind the concept said that the white light helps the human drivers know what they're supposed to do and when autonomous vehicles would take over coordinating duties. Plus, his researchers found that the system could improve safety on the streets, save energy, and reduce travel times by 10%. All right, so here we go. Let's figure this out. Let's go back to me now. So you're telling me we're still trying this. Have you seen the Diamond Pass? Accidents all the time. Don't change it. Unless you're going to change it in the way you teach kids how to drive. The roundabout. The roundabout's somewhat new. Unless you're in like a neighborhood or something like that. When you see a roundabout on a state road, because we got a lot of 2-lane country roads here, and they used to be 4-way stops. And now the 4-way stops are gone. They're all roundabouts. Problem is, you're heading down the road at 55 miles an hour, and you go, all right, normally there's a stop sign here or stoplight here. Now it's a roundabout. You're not paying attention. Guess what you're doing? You're doing a fucking Dukes of Hazzard right over that the island in the middle of that roundabout because you're not paying attention. There's no signs or anything other than like an arrow going, hey, pay attention, dummy. And now you want to throw a fucking fourth light, a white light, if there's electric cars that are talking to each other, meet, like the Furbies. What were the Furbies where they talk their own language and they control the lights? And then they'll let themselves go through because they know that there's electric cars talking to each other, like going, no, you go first. You were here 4.2 seconds quicker than I was, and I'm here 9.7 seconds, and there's 3 cars behind me. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there like a fucking moron. I got some guy laying on the horn behind me. It's white! Go! It's white! What do you mean it's white? I don't, and I'm yelling out the window, and all of a sudden he pulls out a gun, and I pull out a gun, and everyone's shooting each other in the middle of the section. Everyone's dead on the floor. The electric cars are driving around us, they're rolling over us and stuff. You have to teach this. If you're going to change the traffic patterns, if you're going to add these things in the traffic patterns, when something comes out, and it comes out nationwide or statewide, let's say statewide, because driver's licenses are given stately. Is that a word? Stately. That when something new comes out, when you go to get your license, you have to take that test to figure out, hey, this is what we've added to our traffic patterns. You need to be up to date on this. I don't want you freaking out. Prime example, like I said, I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida, and I moved up here to North Carolina. I never knew what a blinking yellow light was. We never had a blinking yellow light. And, you get here and you're like, I'm sitting there, and of course I'm redneck country bumpkin. Go, motherfucker, go. I'm like, and I'm going. So now they're going to add one more light to this thing, and it's white. That's going to blend in real well with the sky. They're going to say, well, look, that green light's it lost its tint. It's too much. Maybe not my lifetime. Maybe in your grandkids' lifetime that'll happen. Maybe, and hopefully that'll be part of the test. When we come back, you ready for that sweet YouTube payout? Well, let's see if you qualify, and I'll break down what it takes to get it. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget all the musical artists that you hear on this show are independent artists. They're unsigned artists, and they would want to express how talented. I want to express how talented they are. And so when you hear them during the breaks and stuff, we have a full playlist over on Spotify that's called Music Heard on Deacon Live. Now, this is just the music that's been playing on our show since 2025. And so if there's some of the artists that you like during the breaks and stuff, you want to hear the full-length song, jump on over there and add them to your playlist as well. But we have them all over there. There's 115 over there right now that we've had on since 2025. And it's doing well. We're getting good numbers on that. They're getting good numbers. The artists are really, really happy. So if you hear an artist, you can go over there and check them out as well over on Music Heard on Deacon Live. And that's a big old playlist. And it's all the different music on there. So if you're on a long drive or something like that, or you're on a workout or walking every morning or running every morning, and you're tired of the old same old that you listen to, and you want something new, something inventive, check them out over there and listen to them. Now, my wife, when the whole COVID thing came out, my wife was fortunate enough to have a job to where she could transfer and work from home. Now, myself, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town called Marshville. Our house or property sits on about 22 some odd acres. I was fortunate enough. I have this studio up here. It's about 800 square feet, and I do several different podcasts. I do 4 different podcasts. If you're watching this now on YouTube, those are the different podcasts that I do. Oh, I got the wrong one lit up back there. I'll fix that later, but in post maybe. But I do different podcasts and different genres, different types, different themed podcasts out of this location. So this is my full-time job. I barely leave the property, but I'm fortunate enough to where I can work from home. My wife now, with the COVID thing being lifted, it's not mandated, but it is kind of like, hey, if you want to keep your job type deal, they're doing like a hybrid. Like she works from the brick and mortar building 3 days a week, and then she works from home 2 days a week. But what they're saying now is all the home jobs that you've been doing on Zoom and all that stuff is going to go away. And, Gen X or Gen Z or whatever the new generation is, they're not going to be fortunate enough or lucky enough to work from home anymore in their pajamas and their Hello Kitty slippers and all that stuff. And they're going to have to work from an office. And I came across this story. This story is on Fox Business Live. So here we go. We're going to listen to what's going on with the whole shifting and how the working from home is going to fail here soon. So here we go. I'm going to switch over to camera 4 and we can see this on real time and all be friends. Here we go. Oh, I got to turn the volume up. So here we go.
Full swing. JP Morgan Chase Chief Executive Jamie Dimon, he says this is important for Gen Z youngsters. Listen to this.
Here we go.
I'm not making fun of Zoom, but younger people being left behind, their social lives are deteriorating. Steve Jobs used to talk about the collaboration that's accidental because you run into someone in a hall and they come with an idea. And almost everyone probably in this room, if you look back at your careers, you learned a little bit from apprentice system. You were with other people who took you on a sales call or told you how to handle a mistake or something like that. It doesn't happen when you're in a basement on Zoom. Right. And you don't get married on a basement in Zoom, and you don't meet people. So I think it's just very important to have a social life.
Yes, it is. I can attest to that. Newmark is a commercial real estate advisory firm.
The hell did he mean by that? A little crazy there, but here we go. He's going to talk to President Liz Hart, who's going to join him about the working from home type deal. So here we go.
Joins me now. Liz, welcome back to the program. Will back to the office ultimately fail?
I don't think so. We're not seeing that in the demand numbers at all. 70% of the tenants that are touring in America right now are looking for either the same size space or a larger space. So what the numbers are showing us is that what Jamie Dimon says is correct, is that tenants are looking to grow and to have their employees back in the office.
Okay, does productivity go up when people go back to the office?
I believe it does. I think what we're seeing is that...
Oh, an ad. So the question was, does productivity go up when they go back to the office? I don't know if it would or would not. So let's hear more what she has to say, and then I'll give my opinion. Here we go.
Artificial intelligence, people are looking to solve bigger and different problems. And that's much easier to do, as Jamie Dimon was saying in the opening segment, when you're in person. You can solve things when you just kind of bump into each other in the hallway and can solve those problems. So the demand numbers that we're seeing, suggest that that's the case. When you look at technology as a segment to look into, specifically, almost 60% of the tenants that are touring are looking to grow. So that segment is growing the most.
Okay. So when a CEO says, hey, you workers, you're coming back to the office. I want you in the office, whether it's 3 days a week or 5 days a week, doesn't matter. I want you back in the office. Can that backfire?
Well, I would say that most of us don't react to mandates like that past the age of 5. So we have to start with purpose and with trust, and going back to why are you coming to the office? It's because you're wanting to solve a problem, and it's because you're really excited about the work that you're doing. And so hopefully it's not just a mandate to get a badge swipe. It's a mandate to solve a larger problem. And I think when we're seeing companies that really have something that they're excited to solve for, we're seeing quite a great return to office and great numbers. So go back to the purpose of why are you getting your employees back, and I don't think you'll have such a problem.
And I agree with her. I'm sorry to cut her off because it's getting a little long there. Anyways, so I agree with her. If a company says, all right, I want everyone back in the office, and what she says, over the age of 5, no, we wouldn't respond like that. So what's my incentive to go back in the office when I do exactly what I do here? No, because we have physical meetings. We need to have, there's more stimulation in the room, in the conference room, in the one-on-one, like you say when you're passing someone in the hallway. Hey, how you doing? All right, fuck you. You can't do that anymore. You got to watch out HR and stuff like that. You didn't have to worry about that before. But there is something about the gathering of people to collectively come up with one certain goal. It's different when you're an island by yourself. And, you got like 15 islands on a Zoom call, and they're all like going, okay, our goal is to increase sales and stuff like that. How are we going to do it? Yeah, well, I thought about, doing something in my office and this, and the other person, I did think about doing something in my office and we could do this. No, but if you're collectively together, there's some kind of human nature vibration that you get when you play off someone, the immediate play off something. You know, you can see someone's body language a little bit more. You can see, you know, okay, this makes sense. You know, we can do this. And if you're watching me, I look like I'm a Richard Simmons workout here. But there is something about having collective human beings together in one room to solve an issue or problem, or to create, you know, not imagination, but, you know, create a product or create something, rather than just being sit behind a counter. And it's true. You know, us as human beings want to be, you know, together with each other and be, I don't know, sociable at some points. As I sit here behind this microphone, stuck on my 22 some odd acre property that I never leave. And this is my only world. So maybe I should get some people in here. Maybe I should have an audience in here. If you want to be part of the audience, by all means, you can email me at any time at deacon@profitradio.com. I got plenty of room. I got plenty of seats and stuff for other shows. You can see behind me. I've got a nice chair right there for you. You're welcome to it if you want to sit here and hang out with me. Maybe I'll be more productive if I've got more people standing around watching over my shoulder. That's the thing. Now, being productive, because we were at this, you know, at-home economy type, working from home type deal, there's a lot of people that have taken up YouTube, and you know, they quit the jobs and they said, oh, I can make a living on YouTube. And what's happened right now is YouTube was banning a lot of stuff from, am I on the right thing here? Jesus Christ. We're banning a lot of stuff. One of the things that parents were doing, and I hate to say this, is that they were using their kids to generate money for them. And when I say use their kids, I forget the guy's name, the kid's name. He was a baby, and he was reviewing baby toys. And mama would sit there with the camera and go, okay, tell us, we like this one. You know, I know this is a long time ago. We like this one, so make sure they're going to give us a lot of money if you say you like this toy, because mommies and daddies out there are watching child reviews on children's toys. So people are like, well, that's not right. I mean, you know, 13 years old. I mean, Christ, there's 13-year-old child actors and stuff. But YouTube itself was like going, yeah, give us all. Give us all you got. Give us your 8-year-old. Give us your 2-year-old. What diapers does he like shitting in? You know, that type deal. Did you have a good movement? And, you know, mommy sitting there with the camera. Did you have good poops? Good poopies? Nyam, 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 nyam. And then so on and so forth. But what's happened right now, a plaintiff has claimed that users who were too young, who were younger than 13 between January, oh, Jesus Christ, listen to me, July 1st, 2023, fuck. But the people that were watching all these videos, most of them are like kids and stuff, you know, maybe there's, you know, some kind of YouTuber that are taking, like the Fortnite thing, but there are kids watching YouTube, and you know, that are their parents allow them to do it. But what's happening right now, a plaintiff claims that that users who were younger than 13 between July 2013 and April 2020 and watched children's content on YouTube and had all their data unlawfully collected. So if you're out there and you're a mommy doing all these videos and you're getting all these kids watching these videos, YouTube has collected their data as well. It has been argued that Google, fuck me. It has been argued that Google, which owns YouTube, did so without the consent of the parents. This is a direct violation of the privacy laws. It is thought that Google and YouTube collected the data for advertising purposes. Yeah, tell us what you want. Tell us what we want to feed you. You know, that type deal. Google and YouTube have not admitted to wrongdoing in this case, but have agreed to pay out a settlement in the claims against them. Well, we didn't do it, but here's some money. Shut up. Go away. Primarily, the plaintiff must have lived in the United States. This is how you get it. Between the period given or been 13 years old or younger. That person must have watched the content allegedly directed towards children on the YouTube during that time. If the claimant is under the age of 18 at the time of submitting the form, a parent or legal guardian must complete and sign the claim form on their behalf. This includes fees for the attorney and administration costs. Under the terms of settlement, the claims can earn up to $1,500 each, but this total is subject to proportional conditions. This means that more successful claims that are made, more people money to split the money. As a result, less money per person. So if you're listening to me right now and you were between the ages of, if you were younger than 13 between July of 2013 between and 2020, and you were under the age of 13 and you had a YouTube account, you could probably make some money now. So if you were 13, let's do it this way. If you were 13 in the year 2020, 5 years on top of that, you would be 18. So that would be the youngest, oldest person, if that makes any sense. So listen to me out there. If you're watching YouTube between 2013 and 2020, and you were under the age of 13, or around the age of 13, or whatever, you weren't 14. Let's put it that way. If your birthday fell, your 13th birthday fell between those months, you could get $1,500. The thing is, the more people who apply, the less that money goes down for you. So, between you and me, I will delete this from the internet if you just give me $1,000. Yes, that's all I want from each of you. That's all I'll do. And because you're going to get $1,500, right? And then you say, Sissy, whatever your Sissy is, she was under 13 or whatever and was watching YouTube. She gets $1,500. You get $1,500. All I want between you, let's do $1,000 per household. That's all I want. And I'll take this down. You have until the end of this year. If not, I'm leaving it up. And you guys will be screwed. All right, when we come back, there's a mass trio. It is Halloween tomorrow, by the way. Just to forewarn you. There's a mass trio out there. Is that a term you want to use, a mass trio? There's 3 people out there that are terrorizing these houses in this neighborhood. And it's straight from the movies. I say, I don't know. We're going to watch this video and you tell me if it's fake or not. I've got my own opinions, but we're going to decipher it together. So stick around. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you, and the way you can be part of the show, you can be podcast famous, is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says, Be Heard, a little orange bar up there. Be Heard on Deacon Live. Click on that. You can be anonymous if you want. It's going to ask for your name. You can be anonymous if you want. It will ask for an email. It's not an email grab or anything like that. It's just their way of saying that you are not a robot. So you can grab that over there as well. And while you're over at prophetradio.com, you can grab some free stickers, some swag, some stuff over there. Fill that little form out and we'll send it out to you just in time for Halloween. No, Halloween's tomorrow. Well, just in time for Christmas or Thanksgiving. I don't know. What do you guys do out there? I'm so out of touch. I'm so alone in my little office. And I don't get to talk or see anyone. But you can get something over there. And it's just Prophet Radio's way of saying thank you for listening to all the fine programming that comes out of this studio. Now, I fought tooth and nail not to get a PlayStation 5. And you're like, going, Jesus, Deacon, really? Yeah, because it was at the time it was like $800 or something like that. Then when it dropped down to $599, and my PlayStation 4 took a dump, and when it took a dump, what happened was the entertainment center that I had it sitting in has like glass doors on the front, and I would leave the PlayStation running all the time, because it would keep games and save and update, and it was connected to the internet. Well, one day or one time, I made the mistake when I was cleaning up. I closed the glass door where the PlayStation was being housed, and it fucking cooked that thing. It fucking sizzled it up. It was the green light of death or whatever you guys call it. I took it apart and tried to fix it and tried to, if you turn this little screw right there on the print head and stuff or whatever, and you put it back together, it should work. Put it up, I did. I'm like, oh yes, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Did it? Put it back together. Still the fucking same goddamn thing. I said, God damn it. So I bought a PlayStation 5, and I had to be careful because PlayStation 5s at the time were coming in, scams and stuff. They were coming in the white box with the PlayStation, and people would open up and be like a brick or something in there. Now I bought it from Walmart. So I'm thinking that they're somewhat good. So I got it, hooked it up, and you see people that would sit there, and it comes with a mount where you can stand it straight up and down, and everyone's like going, "Oh, you can stand it straight up and down. That's so cool." Well, where I have it sitting in the same place, I took the glass doors off, by the way, and I wanted to lay it flat. Oh, that's so boring. It looks like a VCR. It's got all this color schemes and stuff. I know. Fuck you. I'm the only one in the house. I'm the only one looking at it. I'm the only one playing it. So fuck you. So I lay it flat. Well, it's a good thing because right now, this guy right here, he fixes PlayStation 5 or whatever out of his store or whatever. He says that's a dry spot. A game repairman says that all the PS5s that come in for slow performance have one common issue in common. Well, that's a common issue in common. The TikToker creator who repairs consoles for a living claimed that nearly every PlayStation 5 that he fixes has the same problem. It all comes down how people set it up. In his recent video, the board repair guy who goes by the.board.repair.guy. See how easy that is to find him on TikTok? Simple name, couple too many dots in there, but still, you get the point across. He shows inside of a PlayStation 5 while explaining why the owners should stop standing their systems upright. He says, if you have a PS5, do me a favor, lay it flat. He says, according to him, most of the consoles that come into him with slow performances or overheating share one key issue. They've all been standing up vertically. He points out the base of the PlayStation 5 in a clip. The TikToker says, here, we have the bottom of the console. And notice right here, yeah, that's a dry spot. The liquid metal over time pools at the bottom. And now I've sucked it up, and already that's a dry spot and the start of the oxidation. Lay it flat. Your console will thank you. So let's see his video. I want to see his video of what he has to say. Now he's from Canada, it looks like. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4. Is that where we're going, Charlie? Yep, we're going to camera 4 as soon as this loads. And here we go. Okay, got it. Thank you. Hold on. Everyone wants to talk before they go on the air. So here we go. Switch to camera 4, and here we go.
Flat. I've seen more than my fair share of PlayStation 5s, and the one thing that everybody has in common when they complain of slow performance or overheating is they've all stood vertical. Here we have the bottom of the console. And notice right here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a dry spot. The liquid metal over time pools at the bottom. Now, I've sucked some of this up already, but that's a dry spot, start of oxidization. Lay it flat, your console will thank you.
So there you go. If you have a PS5, mom and dads, this is where you can say you're smarter than a child. If that's anything for you. Hey, lay your shit down. It's got to be flat because there is some kind of mercury or something like that that helps the system stay cool. My problem was I just suffocated it. Die. Now, speaking of die, we're getting close to Halloween, and it's hard to decipher between what's real and what's not real. And I say what's real and what's not real. Of course, you see something that's not right. That shouldn't be like that. Straight from the movie Strangers. You ever seen that movie? It's okay. But the thing is, that really happened in real life. Now, here we go again in Virginia, the state of Virginia. It's happening again. Now, it hasn't gotten as far as the movie did, but this was caught on a Ring camera. So for those of you that are into the holiday spirit and you want to get scared, you want to get spooked, check out this video as we talk about it here on the show. And you can see this in real time as we're talking about it here. Go over to YouTube, search DeaconLive, all one word, and then podcast. Make sure you give us a subscribe over there and you get new video alerts. I don't do it for any of the money or the views and stuff over there. I don't get paid by YouTube doing that. It's totally free for you guys to do it. So check this out. I'm going to switch over to camera 4. Am I on the right video here? Yes, I am. I'm going to blow this up real nice and big so we can see it in real time and talk about it here on the show. So here we go. Oh, my God. If you saw this, this is from ABC News. This is from Shyla. This is her Ring camera that says Shyla via Storyful. And this person has a sort of like a homemade clown mask on. It's a bag of some sort. And it's got clown eyes and like a stitch mouth and long hair. And let's find out what's actually happening. Searching for masked trio who allegedly terrorized this family. So here we go. Oh, I got to mute it up. There we go. Let's try this again. First day on the job, Trav. I know. If I had people here in the audience, they'd tell me. So here we go.
Chilling video captured on a Ring doorbell camera.
Open the door!
3 people wearing Halloween masks.
Now they're standing. Open the door! There are 3 people dressed in all Halloween getup. One looks like a clown. One's got like a Michael Myers mask on. One's got just a regular mask on. You can't see their body. You can't see their face. You can't see their skin or anything. They're dressed up in outfits. And it looks like they're in a bright lit neighborhood. Like there's 2 houses to the left-hand side. They got street lights on. There's a huge street light over the top. So this isn't like, this is, you know, out in the middle of the woods or something. And there's like, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cars. This is where I say it's fake. This looks like it's someone's Halloween party. Because look at all the cars in the driveway, on the road. They didn't have enough place to park. So here we go. I think this is a scam where someone got trying to make some money and doing something. So here we go.
Terrorizing a family in Alexandria, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C., late Tuesday night.
Worst nightmare.
The 3 apparently
I'm your worst nightmare.
Laughing at first, but their actions quickly becoming more sinister. From pulling.
So they're laughing at first, and then they say more sinister. If you watch in the background of that video, I'll rewind a little bit. There's someone walking their dog in the background on the sidewalk. And there's like trash cans out there and stuff. So keep going.
Quickly becoming more sinister. From pulling on the front door.
Open the door! Open the door!
To making the motion of cutting their throat before threatening to break into the house.
Now, there's a lot. Look, right here. This scene right here. 1, 2, 3 streetlights. That neighborhood is lit up. So, continue.
Count to 10. If this door doesn't open, we're going to come in.
Custom printing.
All right. So it said if you don't open this door on the count of 3, we're coming in. All right. Here we go. Let's see if you can count that high.
1. 2.
I said happy Halloween when they first came. Asked them
This is her.
to get off the property. When they didn't, that's when I realized it wasn't a joke anymore.
Our ABC affiliate WJLA speaking with Shayla, one of those family members inside. She says the 3 never got into the house.
They tore the whole thing down.
She says they made their way to the backyard, destroying her fence and the screen to the back door.
They came through there, and that's how they entered to get to our door to be able to knock on the back door.
I'm not aware of incidents that have occurred this heinous before, and that's why.
This is Terry. What's his name? I can't see his name. Turn the closed caption off, please. Turn it off. Thank you. This is Tarek McGuire. He's the police chief. So here you go.
That's so concerning.
Police in Alexandria now investigating. The chief calling this video very alarming.
But we're going to take every step once we identify them to prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law.
Investigators say what may be seen.
And they're walking up to the camera.
Days before Halloween is no joke.
Going around to their backyard.
And there's one guy just standing there. I mean, just like right in front of the camera. He's not shy or anything. He's standing right in front of the camera. Like, hey, let me in or I'll kill you.
Destroying property and transitions from a prank to a criminal offense. And we take these incidents seriously.
And they're pulling on the door.
The chief says his message to whoever did this is turn yourself in. Shayla says that is her mom's house. Her mom now lives in fear because they do not know who.
And they all stand on the yard, like from a movie, like they're on it together. They're not ashamed or not shy about standing in the yard dressed like this.
Did this? Police say they have promising leads with.
Well, that's good that they have leads. They're just terrifying case.
Really terrifying.
Thank you, Perry. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Perry. I'm calling. Where are we at here? Let's shut this down. I'm calling BS. I am calling BS. There was too much lighting, too much stuff going on in the background. There was like a dog walker was like going, "Hey, Charlie, how you doing?" You know, shut up. Shayla, you okay? Yeah, these are just friends of mine. They're just doing a trick or something. No. I say it's BS. I honestly do say it's BS. But you tell me. Go on over to YouTube, search DeaconLive podcast. I'll post this on the Facebook page as well, and you tell me whether this is real or not. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you follow us over on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on TikTok as well. Be Podcast Famous. You can find us over there. And also follow us on Facebook. Did I say that right? Follow us over on Facebook at DeaconLive, all one word. And make sure if you have any questions or anything and you don't want to go live on the air with us, you can email me at any time at deacon@profitradio.com. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. My name is the Deacon saying good nights and good night.
Wait! Come back!
It was too clean. It was too well lit. It was too, like, planned. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. If you're like a murderer or something, you know, you see people like raiding houses and stuff or doing home invasions. It's all scattered. Like one doesn't know what the other one's doing. This is like three people going, all right, this is what we're going to do. And it's all bullshit. All right, guys, take care. Bye.